What's up, YouTube? It's Oz again. Well, I had hoped to be able to put another $1,000 into the savings account yesterday, but I was only able to put $1,500 in. So we're up to $2,500 now in the savings already, and we're not even through the first month. So we're on track. I'm on track to hit the $2,000 a month mark. I will be taking time off in December. So, we'll see if I'm able to get the full amount in December or not. I suspect I may be able to put more than the full amount in. Trying to get ahead, I want to average more than that $2,000 a month into the savings, okay? If you're just finding this channel, I'm a truck driver who's decided to do van life, and I'm going to vlog the whole process of saving up to buy the van, building the van, etc., etc. So hit that subscribe button if you're just finding me, and thanks for being here. So I wanted to talk today also about an idea that I had. I had this light bulb click on in my head. So I'm planning to do all electric for the van, okay? And I plan to accomplish that with solar, and I made a video about it, but I will remake that to talk more extensively about it, okay? And my plan has been to use 455 watt residential type solar panels, and to get 2 of those on top of the van. So I have 900 watts, 910 watts on top of the van of solar panels. And I've been just racking my brain, coming up with all different ways that I could try to get more than that 900 watts up on there. And I'm pretty sure I figured out how to double it, all right? So I want to talk about that idea. So I've thought about multiple ways to accomplish this, and hold on, I got some traffic issues here. A pickup truck with a trailer just swaying all over the place. So I think I figured out how to double that 900 watts. Instead of putting 2 455 watt panels, I'm going to get 4 455 watt panels up on top of there. And now you're like, how are you going to do that on top of a van? You don't have that much surface area. With this, that's how. So, and this is actually going to accomplish multiple goals doing it this way. So on a van, I'm not looking at the tall Sprinter vans or the ProMasters. They're just too expensive. I'm going to be looking at like a regular Chevy van, maybe an extended one. And they have these lips around the outside, and you see them all the time with racks on top of them that are connected to these lips. Well, you can buy just the connectors with a post sticking up, okay? So the idea is to take some tube steel, like some square tubing, 2-inch square tubing, and weld a rack, okay? Weld a rectangular rack, and then weld another rectangular rack, and so I'm basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a box on top of the van that's gonna sit up about 8-10 inches above the top of the van, and then it'll be a box, and on top of that box will be 2 455 watt solar panels. Now I've been thinking about a way that I could tuck 2 more up underneath those, and I figured it out, all right? So I was thinking of all these different ways to do it, and then I got to realizing, or just a light bulb clicked on, okay? When you watch these van life and overlanding and all this stuff videos, you'll see these people who put these long ass drawers in the back of the van so they can open the van and pull this drawer out like 6 or 8 feet and stuff it with all kinds of stuff. So I got to thinking about it, and I looked into the drawer slides that they use. And these drawer slides are industrial strength, and they're supposed to hold like 500 pounds. So what if you built this rack on top, and then you mounted some of those drawer slides in there and mounted 2 more solar panels on them? So then once you get to a location where you can safely pull it out, you can just slide that out and you've got 2 more solar panels. Now those drawer slides hold about 500 pounds. Solar panels only weigh, 30, 50 pounds max. So they're light, and that will work. Then you just gotta have a way to keep them in there and lock them in while you're driving, and that is not a difficult issue to solve at all. So I said it's going to accomplish some other goals. So when you're inside of a van, when you're living in a van, it's like an oven. The sun beats down on it, the skin of the van gets real hot, and it creates this kind of oven effect, okay? Well, if you get those solar panels up off of the skin of the roof, and you got a good little gap in there, you're basically putting that van in the shade all the time. The sun will not be beating down on the top of that van. It'll be beating down on the solar panels. And since the solar panels have some gap and a distance between the top, you're basically putting that van in the shade. Now, this is another cool thing. If you make this slide out, to where it goes over the side door of the van, then you basically also created an awning. So you pull these other solar panels out, and now you've got a shady spot to sit outside, and it keeps the sun from beating on the side of the van too. So, guys, this is the way, all right? This is going to allow me to get 1,820 watts of solar onto the roof of this van. Now, you won't be able to use it all the time, but there will be a lot of times when you'll be able to pull out all of it. Guys, this is the way, I'm telling you, because the object of solar is to be able to bring in more power than you're using and store it in a battery bank, okay? Now, my initial goal was to be able to have a big enough battery bank to be able to run air conditioning just at night to sleep. But I'm telling you, if you can get 1,800 watts of solar on top of there, anytime you can pull that awning out, you've got enough energy to run the air conditioner and charge the batteries at the same time. So in those situations, you will be able to run that AC nonstop. It's the thing, okay? It's the light bulb that's clicked on, and that's what we're doing. It's only another about $500 worth of solar panels, and you're going to have a rack anyway. It will cost a little more in steel, and probably for somebody to weld it if I can't find a welder and some place to work to do it myself. But that's the way, and it's going to get me to this electrical autonomy that I'm seeking, because that's my goal. All these van lifers use propane to cook with, and they use very minimal power. They try to just have 200-300 watts of solar on the top and use very minimal electricity. And my goal is just the opposite. I want to make the solar system massive and oversized, so that if I've got the system that I really want to build inside the van, by conserving, I'll be able to go 2, 3, maybe even 4 days in rainy weather or something on just a battery bank, depending on how I conserve power. And that's when you look into off-grid solar and stuff like that, that's the goal. The goal is not just to have enough power to make it through the day and charge the batteries back up. The goal is to have enough power to make it through a day, and then if you don't get much sun, to still be able to make it through the next day, and maybe even the next day. You want to oversize so you never run out of electricity. And I'm getting there. Like, my plan is really getting there. And other people who are in vans and doing van life are going to freak out on the amount of solar that I'm going to make happen on this van. And it's not going to cost me very much. Like, even to add the 2 more panels, like, I'm probably going to get this whole solar system built for $6,000. And the idea currently is that after I buy the van and have all the work done to it, then I'm probably going to go ahead and sell my Yukon and use that money to finance the solar. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that idea. There are some hoops to jump through mentally. I've got a lot of thoughts about it, and I put a lot of thought into it in the last few days, and I'm 99% sure I can make it work, and I'm pretty sure this is the route I'm going. And I'm going to get 1,800 watts of solar on top of a van. It's going to be badass. So hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.